You have clicked on PLL. What PLL stands for is permutation of the last layer. So first we oriented the last layer, and now we're going to permute the last layer. And what that means is that we're going to put all of these pieces where they're supposed to be. So as you can see, none of them are in right now, and we're not going to do the edges first like we did in the OLL stage. We're going to do corners first. So we're going to put all these corners in where they're supposed to be first, and then we're going to work on doing the edges. So what you want to do is you want to look around your cube, and you want to try to find what we call headlights. I talked a little bit about them in OLL when you saw two of the yellow pieces out here. Now headlights don't necessarily have to be yellow, but what that means is it's sort of like this, where there's a color here and here that are the same. Sometimes you might find headlights where the centerpiece is also green, or whatever colors these may be. It might be a full bar across, and that still counts as headlights. Don't be confused by the full bar, because we're not working on the edge pieces yet, just the corners. So we're looking for headlights in the corner. As you can see, this cube I've already set up with headlights, and that is the only set. As you can see, for demonstrational purposes, I've made a section here on this cube with no headlights at all, because this is a case that you will run into once in a while, where you can go on this side and see these are different colors, these are different colors, these are different colors, and those are different colors. So you don't have headlights. And when we do get headlights, I'm going to show you how to apply the algorithm to those headlights. But for now, the algorithm I'm going to show you can be applied at any angle, and that will give us a set of headlights somewhere in the top layer, and then we can work from there. So I'm going to teach you the algorithm now, and I'm sorry it's a little bit longer than the usual algorithm. We have two algorithms to learn in this tutorial, one for the corners and one for the edges. So if you don't have any headlights, then you can perform this algorithm from any angle. And the algorithm goes as follows: R prime, F, R prime, B2, R, F prime, R prime, B2, R2. And now we look around the cube, and you can see that it gave us a set of red headlights. So every time that you come across a case where you don't have any, you apply the algorithm once, and you will get a set of headlights. That algorithm will be in the description for you to come back to it anytime you want. When you have a set of headlights, you might, after you're done your OLL, you might already have one. Most of the time you will have one, but if you don't, then do it and you will get one. So when you do have that headlights, you want to perform the algorithm again, which will fix the other two. So as you can see, if I turn the cube, this corner is now in place with these pieces, and this corner is now in place with these pieces, which tells me if these are wrong, that they need to be switched around, because if this was here, it would be solved, and if this was here, it would be solved. So the next algorithm, which is exactly the same one that we just did, is going to fix these two and maintain these two. So what we want to do is, it doesn't matter where the headlights are on the cube, but we want them to be behind us. So they are opposite of the face layer. So they're back here, and we want to perform the algorithm again. And again, that goes R prime, F, R prime, B2, R, F prime, R prime, B2, R2. And as you can see, that has fixed all of these edges, or corners, sorry. So now we can turn the cube if we wanted, and we can see that indeed all of these are in place. So go ahead and do that on your cube, and now we are going to go on to the edges. So now we're going to permute the edges. After you're done the corners, there's two ways that the edges can be. So the way it can be is that none of the edges are in place. As you can see, all four of mine are incorrect. And the other way that you can have it is where you have 1, 2, 3 that are out, and then one that is right, which means you have to cycle 3 of them. And that's basically what we're going to do in this case, which is a worst case scenario, because most of the time you're going to end up with a full bar. And so the way that we do this, if you don't have any of your edges in place, you can perform this algorithm that I'm about to teach you from any angle whatsoever. And the algorithm goes like this: L2, U prime, B, F prime, L2, B prime, F, U prime, L2. And as you can see, it has now created a full side. And that's what we're looking for. So anytime that you have one where none of the edges are in, you do the algorithm once and it'll give you a full bar. Now that that's done, if you run into this case, we only have to do the algorithm maybe 2 more times. And what the algorithm does is it cycles these 3 pieces around. So sometimes you might have to cycle it once, and sometimes you might have to cycle it twice. We're going to see what I run into here. So we're going to keep the bar, the finished bar, on our right side, and we're going to complete that algorithm again, which goes L2, U prime, B, F prime, L2, B prime, F, U prime, L2. As you can see, it completed the whole cube. Now, if you did that and you had the bar on the right and it didn't complete the cube, that means that it needed 2 cycles, and you just go ahead and do the algorithm 1 more time and you will finish the cube. All right, so now if you want to learn how to do it faster and you've gotten a little bit faster at doing the beginner's method, there are faster ways by doing faster crosses and faster corner and edge pairing. You insert them as a pair called an F2L pair, and I do have tutorials on those, and if you go back to the home page, you'll see on the right side there are 2 videos that are outlined in red, and those ones are separate from the beginner's method, and you can click on those and you can go straight into it. Now I'll tell you, the F2L videos are very, very complex. There's a lot to learn, and it's a whole series. In fact, there's even more videos on that series, just that little bit of learning how to insert 2 pieces, than there were for this whole entire series of learning how to solve the cube with the beginner's method. All right, thank you for watching, and I hope that you become a very good cuber, and I will see you in my next video. And now you can click anywhere on the screen and be brought back to the home page.